Hello, my name is Rebecca Marchetti. How can I help you?
Hello, my name is Tyler Block. I am here to report some very serious observations.
Yes, what are they, Mr. Block?
My wife has been sexually abusing my daughter. She allows and encourages my daughter to rub on her leg in the pool.
Isn't that a normal game that kids play with their parents?
Definitely not. She rubbed on my leg once last year and it was definitely rubbing her genitals against my shin. It was horrific and I told my wife to teach Jessica to never do that again.
So then did it stop?
As far as I knew, it had not, but a few weeks ago, I overheard Missy offering to let Jessica hang on her leg. I really need you to investigate what Missy is doing with Jessica in the pool. Jessica also gave me some weird kisses 2 years ago. That may be harder to pin down. Jessica might need months of psychotherapy. I hope you professionals can confirm my fears and recommend the proper treatment.
We will do our best to check all that out for you. Thank you for your report.
Thank you for listening. My daughter is counting on you.
What is your name?
Jessica Block.
What is your daddy's name?
Tyler Block.
I am going to ask you 75 questions about your daddy. Okay.
Okay.
What games does daddy like to play with you?
He likes to play tickle games.
Where does he tickle you?
On my side.
On your privates?
No.
Where does your daddy give you kisses?
On my mouth.
Where is daddy's touch?
In his mouth.
Now I have asked you 75 questions, right?
Yes, those were a lot.
Now I want to ask you about mommy and the pool.
Okay.
Who wanted you to jump into it?
Mom.
How does mom help you jump in pool?
She holds out her hand.
Do you get to do something if you jump in the pool?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
What happens after you jump in?
At my grandma's pool on the steps. Sometimes I jump in the water.
At grandma's pool?
Sometimes.
When mom is there, what happens?
Same thing.
What do you say when jump?
I say 1, 2, 3, go.
What does mom do?
She tries to hold me like this.
Then what?
I don't know. I don't want to talk about this.
How come don't want to talk about it?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
Did something happen?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
Did mom say something about the pool?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
Did dad say something about the pool?
Dad thought the pool was freezing.
Did grandma say something about the pool?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
How did dad help you jump in pool?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
Did someone say they would give you something?
I'm scared. I don't want to talk about it.
I need to talk to my friends. Can you wait a minute?
Okay.
Rebecca, we have a real problem here. I know, it looks like Mr. Block is telling the truth. What must not do anything that can help Mr. Block and harm Mrs. Block. I want you to bury this interview. Further, we want you to convince Detective Pashila to arrest Mr. Block. We will help you bury the interview results. I will do my best to convince the detective to arrest Mr. Block. Thank you. It is nice to have you on our side. We will never let a man win. I'm with you there. I better get back to Jessica and end this interview. Detective Pashila, I have conferred with my 5 female colleagues and we agree you should arrest Mr. Block.
What? I saw the interview with all of you ladies. Clearly Mr. Block did nothing wrong. It seems to me Mr. Block is telling the truth.
Me and my 5 female colleagues believe any inappropriate behavior and answers are Mr. Block's fault.
Belief is not enough to arrest anyone. We need facts and testimony. I did not see any testimony by Jessica to warrant an arrest.
We have been doing this a long time. We disagree that you need facts and testimony. I wish you would be on our side.
We have been working together for years. Out of respect, I will not share all of my observations and conclusions with Mr. Block.
Thank you for that. We owe you one. We are glad you will not give Mr. Block any ammunition.
Consider yourself lucky. We police will investigate near your party. I will talk to Ms. Block to make sure no hanky-panky is going on with her daughter. Hello, Mr. Block. My name is Detective Patchula. Hello, Dicticide. It is good to talk to you. I have relatively good news for you. We are not going to investigate you. I was not worried about being investigated. I reported that my wife was sexually abusing my daughter. How did this investigation turn on me, Mr. Block? This was a very unusual investigation for Sterling Heights Police. Usually we are given a few days' warning of a Carehouse interview. This time we were given only 1 hour warning. When I arrived, I sat in the observation room with 6 other women who were all out to get you. Those women all wanted me to arrest you. I stood up to them on your behalf. Thank you for that, but that is just your job. Surely there was nothing on me. Was there anything on my wife? Actually, we had a little information on both you and your wife. Jessica froze up and became nervous when she was asked about Mum and the pool. She also froze up when she was asked about science in your basement. Neither are serious enough for Sterling Heights Police to investigate further. Shouldn't you investigate the freeze-ups more? Shouldn't CPS investigate them as well? We get dozens of requests for investigations every day. You have to accept that we police know what we are doing. I am disappointed you and CPS will not investigate further. My daughter could have lifelong problems because you and CPS will not prioritize this investigation. I'm sorry you were disappointed. You should be happy you are not being investigated. As I said as I started, I had good news and disappointing news for you. That's all I have for you now. I have to be going.
Hello, Mr. Block. Thank you for coming. I'm here to tell you I am closing the investigation.
I am disappointed to hear you are closing the investigation. Detective Patchula told me Jessica froze up when asked about Mum and the pool.
I am not here to go over point by point the investigation. I am not at all happy either. The police did not do what I wanted either.
I heard you women wanted me arrested. I find it very disturbing that you and your co-workers twisted the whole investigation.
As I said, I am not going over point by point. Your opinion doesn't count for anything.
I do have one more question. Even though I initiated this investigation, why was I not consulted once since the start of the investigation?
Tyler, I did not do this investigation for you. I did it for me.
And there we have it. You did it for you. I asked for this investigation for Jessica. This investigation had nothing to do for you.
Well, Tyler, I'm done here. It is time for you to give up all of this and move on with your life.
I am not surprised you are done. CPS has failed me and my family for 2 generations past. You want me to move on, but I love my daughter too much. I will never stop fighting all of you for the sake of my daughter. Goodbye. Hello, Detective Sawski. My name is Tyler Block. 18 months ago I worked with Detective Patchella on my ex-wife sexually abusing my daughter. It took 18 months to get the Carehouse transcripts. They shed some new light on the investigation and my reliability. Hello, Mr. Block. I have faith in Detective Patchella that he investigated your matter thoroughly. I further have faith that CPS has fairly investigated the matter as well. I have worked with CPS on many cases and find them to be thorough and professional. I am sorry to have to correct you on both counts. Detective Patchella held back one very key piece of information in the case. He did not tell me that Jessica froze up the last 7 questions of the interview and then CPS and Carehouse cut off the interview. That is your opinion. I value the others' opinions more than you. Please look at the last page of the interview. It shows how Jessica froze up and CPS and Carehouse abruptly terminated the interview. This is not an official document. I know because there are no official documents coming from Carehouse. I got 2 official documents from Carehouse. They are in these folders here. I had to put them together painstakingly so anyone could read and understand them. Again, a reasonable person could argue these documents are just your opinion. I say no. The freeze up at the end shows that there is something serious my daughter is hiding. It has reflects badly on Sterling Heights Police and CPS that it was clear my accusations were true and the pool incidents needed further investigation. Mr. Block, I am not going to sit here and keep saying the same points again and again. If you don't have anything new for me. Actually, Detective, there is something new. I was playing dolls with Jessica a few weeks ago and another scary incident happened. Jessica's doll had a bikini on. When the bikini top came off, Jessica ran to her room to get another doll. She took that female doll and had her kiss the other female doll's breasts. I want you and CPS to investigate where she learned this behavior. Mr. Block, you should not be telling stories like that about your daughter. That is very sick and disturbing. You should go now. The real sick and disturbing thing is that Sterling Heights Police and CPS will not investigate where my daughter learned these disturbing behaviors. It is further disturbing that you and CPS will not investigate me further. The maximum I have been investigated is less than 1 hour. I welcome further investigation. I am certain more investigation will exonerate me and find my ex-equal's wife guilty. It is a shame our brave and honorable police will not investigate simply because CPS does not want them to. I am not through. I will continue to fight for my daughter. I will work to publicly humiliate Sterling Heights Police and Michigan CPS.